Sharon Osbourne is maybe, possibly, could be considered, suspected a racist. I think, maybe. I don't know.
You're crazy. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I?
Now, normally, I'd come out and do these videos as they are hot on the press and as they came out and when they broke. Because this story is going on nearly 10 days old now, yeah. But for a change, I thought I'd wait and see what happens, yeah. And to be honest, having waited and seen what happened, I wasn't surprised or disappointed. And actually, I felt it was kind of like the same old. Woman feels that she's threatened.
I feel even like I'm about to be put in the electric chair.
Then goes on the aggressive, gets tries to lay down the law or authority.
How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life?
So then, therefore, she has to then do a fake apology, which no one kind of agrees with.
Cheryl asked me these questions, which I didn't know, and they were written questions, and then Elaine's reading her questions.
Stand up for anti-racism.
And I'm like, I've been set up. Don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me. And I went like, how dare you?
And then at the end, doesn't end up apologizing. Well, should I say, apologizes to everybody bar the person that she offended.
Sharon did take to Twitter the next day and apologize, saying, quote, "To anyone of color that I offended or let down, I am truly sorry. I panicked." But she did not publicly apologize to Cheryl.
So I'm not really going to go in on the actual, the ins and outs of the story as it went on, because there are many videos on that. But what I wanted to do, or what I wanted to kind of like gloss over, was a few of the things that was kind of like she said that I found interesting, yeah. And like one of the things was when she went on that tirade about, tell me something he said specifically.
Tell me where you have heard him say, educate me. Tell me when you have heard him say racist things. Educate me. Tell me.
This kind of is an example or shows the difference in like the racism like in America and the UK or in other countries as well, like that comedian guy that does the African joke. I'll find, if I can find it, I'll put it up.
You guys as Britain have fucked up so much in the world that your racism is like, you have another level of racism. Like we have like, the racism you guys discuss and talk about is like that nuance. Is it? I grew up during apartheid South Africa. Our racism was very, very clear. You know what I mean? It wasn't like subtle, there's a gray area. It's like, why can't we go to the beach? Because there's a sign that says no blacks allowed. I don't understand. What I mean.
In the UK, the people are covert about their racism, yeah? They cloak it or shroud it in utter tangible things that, I don't want to say aren't relevant, but
It's not Kevin's fault, is it? I mean, he can't help it if he's set upon just because he's coloured, can he? I mean, that's all he's done, isn't it? That's all he's done wrong, is being coloured, isn't it? Besides, he's only half coloured, really. He's Irish on his father's side. So it's not Kevin's fault that he's coloured. It's his father's to blame for that, not Kevin. If his father had been a bit more fussy who he slept with, Kevin would be white like us.
It's about the motive for why they're saying things rather than just acting on action. See, like in America, they'll just call you an N-word to your face and they'll just burn a cross on your lawn or whatever it is. Here, what you'll find is that people will be racist, but then hide it behind something.
If you're these people, if you're Black Lives Matter, you get to paint a whole road. You get to have a disco protest. You get to have signs up saying, fuck Trump and bash the blue. Because if you're Black Lives Matter, you get to do this. If you're one of us, you get treated like a terrorist and a criminal. And
that little difference is what hides or which makes it subtle. Because as a black person trying to explain, if you notice how she kept saying,
educate me, tell me.
Well, tell me something specific.
You tell me where you have heard him say, Educate me. Tell me.
Right? You can't say something specific because then you'd have to go into the whole story. And whilst you're going into the whole story or telling, trying to break it down, you'll just you'll just keep getting interrupted all the time.
Articulate it.
I think it's too late. I think that seed's already sown.
But that is why I'm saying for me.
As you're going along, oh, that's not me. Oh, that's not, I didn't feel that. I didn't say that. Oh, that's not me, etc., etc., etc. So it then becomes long and tedious, right? So for me, that's one of the clever, well, I don't want to say clever, but one of the sly tactics or techniques that they use in order to express or have racist attitudes, yeah, but then cloak it or shroud it in utter nonsense, in which that way, when questioned or challenged about it, they can deflect, right? Then there was the other thing of her being associated with Piers Morgan.
What would you say to people who may feel that while you're standing by your friend, it appears that you give validation or safe haven to something that he has uttered that is racist?
Right. Now, for me personally, right, she could be a friend of his. I don't really care, right? But at the end of the day, the question that was proposed to her, in my opinion, was basically, do you agree with what he said or do you agree with his opinions? Now, if Karen, I'm going to be careful here. Now, for me, if I was Sharon at that time, all she had to do is say no. I do not agree with his opinion on this. I support XYZ. I am his friend, but we don't always agree or we don't always see eye to eye. That's all she had to say. So for me, the fact that she felt offended by it or went flying off the hook or flew off the handle.
And for me, at 68 years of age, to have to turn around and say, I ain't racist.
Right.
What's it got to do with me?
Well,
what?
We will be right back.
What?
We have more topics, so don't go away.
And I think we should stop this.
Tells me, right, that I'm just saying it, I'm just putting out there that her and him or him and her do follow or do have the same values to a certain degree. I can't put it on her like that, but by her reaction and her response to being asked a simple question, flying off the handle like that begs more questions than just saying no. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then finally, I just wanted to say this. Again, from my experience and also from watching that video, and I think from watching a lot of the Karen videos out there, what you'll tend to find, yeah, is that when you upset white people, as a black person, I'm saying this from my experience, you upset white people in a certain manner or a certain way, their default as a counterattack or an argument against you, for some reason, always tends to be one of race.
I wondered if you were watching the cricket the West Indies are playing.
It may have escaped your attention, but I'm the proud owner of a colour television. I'm not watching something that looks the same in black and white.
It always seems to be, well, you black, or you're of this, or you're a black, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I couldn't be, say for example, I couldn't, if I was to accidentally step on someone's foot or something like that, or and not apologise or whatever, it couldn't be I'm just a dickhead, or I'm just a ignorant this, that, and the other. I have to be a black one. Yeah? And again, this is some deep-rooted racism that's been bubbling under the surface or whatever it is, whether it's societal, whether it's indoctrinated when they're growing up at a time, I don't really care. But at the end of the day, it's there. And because it's there, when people like myself and others call it out, I think that white people shouldn't deny it. Yeah, they should accept it and then try and do something about it, because at the end of the day, that's the issue that you have, not me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to try and keep it short and sweet today. And I am just going to ask a simple question. What is Sharon, a racist? Maybe so, maybe if so, maybe possibly, I don't know. I'm out. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Peace.
Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes.